Hey, so what is going on, everyone? It is me, Mr. Mario, and what am I bringing today? I am bringing another commentary. Yes, I know, on every commentary I've been using Metro 2033 footage. This is just footage that I've had on hand. I recorded a bunch, and I did it because I don't really record footage too much, believe it or not. I really don't. And I'm trying to kind of stockpile on it almost whenever I can. You know when you like something a lot, so you get a lot of it, so you don't have to, keep going back for it? That's kind of what I'm doing with this almost, and I really don't want to ask other people for footage, because, I don't know, just don't feel like doing it. So, what am I going to be talking about today? Well, first off, there's going to be some distance in this commentary, because I'm going to be using this, and speaking of YouTube, on the topic, this will be a scheduled upload, so I'm really hoping this sub boxes properly. I really am on the subject of problems, but what is wrong with YouTube? Now, I feel like I just did a video on this like a little less than a year ago, but there's more stuff that's happening, and I know more stuff about YouTube, so what's wrong with YouTube? Well, this is how I kind of thought about it. Last night, I was in a Skype call with It's Lupo, and yes, like youtube.com/itslupo, that guy. There's going to be some people that are just like, oh, okay, cool, others are going to freak out, I guess. I don't know. I really don't know the reaction. But what happened, he hit me up on Skype, we were talking a bit, and I was like, hey, you want to get into a call? So I went ahead, called him through there, and we were in a call for like over 2 hours. And we were just talking about a whole bunch of stuff, and of course we stumbled onto the topic of YouTube. And the first thing we were getting into was sub boxes. Sub boxes, at one point, they were better, but they're still broken. It looks like they kind of broke again. Now it's what, like 90% of your people might not get what you put out? That's sad. It's bad that we have to rely on other methods. Twitter. That's why I ask, I put my Twitter at the end of my videos, because I'm like, whenever I drop a video, it posts it out on Twitter. I also, if you check the description, there's a thing called MoTube. It's available for US users and also Canadian users. I feel like I'm just doing shameless plugs here, my goodness, but if you subscribe to me on MoTube, you will get a text message whenever I upload. And that's cool, but it's like, we shouldn't have to do this, YouTube. Come on. We should not have to do this. It just drives me crazy. It really does. And we were talking about it, and I was like, Lupo, I think it can be something like this. I feel like there's something wrong with sub boxes, like dating back to, the old 0506 code, going way back in there, and he agreed with me. He said, you know what, my friend Vinny and I actually talked about that, and we agree. We think it's the same thing. So I feel like there's still, because I've been a coder before. I don't code anymore, but I've been a coder. Nothing for web design or anything like that. But that's just how it is. There could be stuff that's like old. They're probably still using some really old code from 0506 that hasn't been optimized. And it's probably just buried so deep in YouTube that there's nothing they can really do. And I told Lupo it's probably a situation like this. It's like, well, we can do either one of two things. We could either A, leave it be and try and, push out temporary fixes, or B, kill YouTube. I feel like it could be something like that. Sub boxes, still giving issues. The second thing is monetization issues. If you have AdSense enabled, if you're a partner, you probably know what I'm talking about. There's videos that will not monetize. They will be pending, and it depends on what happens, on what day. It's really bad. Like, there's times, nothing will happen. There's times, you'll get everything monetized instantly. There's other times, you might have monetization enabled, but ads don't show up. There's so many issues with it, and for a free site, it's awesome. Like, don't get me wrong, I love YouTube, and people say that, I don't know, one thing people say is, once Google took over YouTube, it got ruined, and I half-heartedly agree with that. There's stuff that needs to be fixed, but there's also stuff like, I remember using YouTube before spell check was available. If you misspelled something on YouTube, it wouldn't correct it, and it would look up that exact phrase. I mean, we don't have HD. We didn't have streaming back then. We didn't have anything like that. YouTube's gotten much better, and that's so nice to see. But what I don't like is that when we get things, when we get things that we don't need and don't ask for and don't like, and they're not reverted. And I really don't like that the things that have been broken for years or months or days that people have reported, that people have asked to be fixed, don't get fixed. If you're a partner going through YouTube as well, like going straight through Google, you're pretty much naked. By that I mean you're not gonna get help. Like you're not gonna get help. You're not going to. I mean, before you got some decent help. Now, no, you're not getting any help. You're just kind of out there. They're like, you got your partnership. Just go. Leave us alone. Go away. You'll be okay. It's bad. It's really bad because we're out here fending for ourselves. And as I said, it's cool that we have the option to make money on this site, and it's nice. But at the same time, it's like, it'd be nice to get a bit more support. It would be nice to fix things. It would be nice. You know what? YouTube, I'm going to make a deal with you. How about you don't give us any layouts, any new layouts. You don't change anything with what we see until you fix sub boxes. If you do that, then you can change the layout. And by the way, with these layout changes, we've had so many. Okay, legitimately, I want to know, who has asked for layout changes? Who has sent YouTube feedback or sent them emails and said, hey YouTube, how are you doing? My name is Mr. Mario, and your YouTube is pretty, like the YouTube layout, the homepage, channels look pretty good, but they could look a lot better. You know what? I think they would look better if you made everything white and you turned it into Google+. I think that would be really cool. Who said that? Who said that? That's what I want to know. Because now it's looking exactly like Google+, which is kind of a given because, yes, it's owned by Google. But before that, we had Cosmic Panda. We had these other little changes. And I don't know, like, who is asking for them. Google, you have all these engineers. And what's going on? One thing Lupo and I were talking about was he was telling me that YouTube has been losing money. So that's why it's so ad-based right now. That's why literally anyone can be a quote-unquote partner. There's a difference between partners and being monetized. And honestly, one big thing is that, like, one nice thing I've seen from this is, partners before, if you were a partner, it was huge. You got all these benefits. You got banners, custom thumbnails, all this other stuff. Most people who weren't partners, I mean, sure, they would have liked to get money, but they kind of just wanted a partnership so they could get a custom banner and custom thumbnails. Now you can do that. You can put a custom banner up, you can get custom thumbnails, you're good to go. And honestly, everything looks a lot cleaner. I like it. There really haven't been any troll thumbnails, like any big troll thumbnails that I've come across. But then this introduces another thing, because there are still ways to get full partnerships, which now it's like, there's not as big of a difference. Like, another thing is that you can also now live stream on channels, which is great. Now everyone can live stream. But networks are a big issue as well, in my opinion. Like, back when, wherever, partnership was earned. You had to earn your partnership. You had to earn your keep. You had to get those numbers. Now, there are people, I have seen it. People don't believe me, but I've seen it. There are people that make a brand new channel, and within a month, they have like 20 subscribers. And they can get a full partnership through a network. RPM Networks is pretty guilty of that. RPM Networks is very easy to get partnered with, but they're really not a good network. They're not someone big like IGN or like Machinima was a big thing too. Machinima, they had a huge downfall. I remember when Machinima was huge. Machinima created the Machinima. In case you don't know what that is, it's just essentially making a mini movie or a short movie or even a full-length movie using a video game. Machinima invented that word. They invented that term, they invented that style, and they invented the business named Machinima. I've said that a lot, haven't I? Anyways, they had a huge downfall. Pretty much this is what happened. If you got into the Machinima network, you had to be like a big channel, like Woody's Gamer Tag, like Wings of Redemption, Captain Sparkles, I think that's his name. Any big channel like that, you could get into Machinima easily. Maybe. I don't even know if we could easily get in, but you had a really good chance of getting in. People like me, no way I'm getting into Machinima. Nuh-uh, never. But then what happened was Machinima started lowering the bar to the point where they would let like people with 500 subscribers get in. So you have people with 500 subscribers in the same network as YouTubers with like 1.5 million subscribers. So they just started letting everyone in. I mean, there was a point in time, I mean, you could probably still do it, but there was a point in time you could apply for Machinima, and within 2 or 3 days, bam, you got full partnership. Enough said. Now, were the payouts that good? No. Were the benefits good? Yeah, they were pretty good. But what about all of that? Well, this is where I saw Machinima's downfall. I'm like, you know what? If they keep doing that, there's going to be a downfall in Machinima. And that happened. It happened when they ended up letting go of a bunch of their employees. They were already a small business, but what happened was one day, a bunch of Machinima workers woke up, checked their email, and they got emails that said, hey, so we know you like your job at Machinima, but due to costs and such, we are going to be cutting people, and you're one of the people that has been laid off. So congratulations, you can now stay home, and you'll be getting your last paycheck pretty soon. Yeah, that's what happened. Aside from that, like, and then what happened after that, they cut all those people. Then a few months later, they cut partner pay, which meant partners got paid less, they got docked pay, and then all the big partners, you know, like Woody's Gamertag, for example, he makes a living off YouTube. He has a family. Of course, all the big partners went to other networks. So Machinima is just a complete wreck right now. And I feel like all these other networks are going to do the same because there's so many networks out. There's so many little networks coming out of the woodworks, and they're not that good, honestly. They're not. If your standards are you'll partner somebody who gets like 300 video, like 300, not even video views, 300 total views a day and like 20 subscribers, that's not a good channel. It really isn't, because you're lowering your bar too much. RPM does that. I've actually gotten several network partnership opportunities from different networks. I think like 4 networks or something. And I really wasn't liking any of them. If I ever do join a network, I want to do it right, is my thing. That's why I was declining. I don't want to keep hopping networks. But also, another thing, if you're really into YouTube, like, you'd probably know about this, but Vexon was another gaming one. And Lupo and I were talking about this because he did a video about it at one point, and then I brought it up, and we were kind of laughing about it, but he told me something I didn't know. He said that what Vexon was doing was they were at first like, you know, a brother or a sister network of broadband, and then they hopped around and hopped around. In short, if you look up Vexon right now, they really don't exist. They're not relevant anymore. It was a troll network, a scam network, a joke network, whatever you want to call it. It was a scam. Enough said. So you got things like that, but the problem is it's the money. The money's really changed it to the point where I don't even know what to say. I mean, there's more people staying on the site now, but I'll ask you a simple question right here. How is it that many of my videos, I'm almost at 2,500 subscribers, how is it that many of my videos get about the same amount of views, maybe even a bit lower, than when I dropped videos when I had 300 subscribers? Exactly. Anyways, this is Mr. Mario, signing off. Thanks for watching, everyone. And, you know, YouTube, if you can fix some of this stuff, that'd be very awesome. But yeah, thanks for watching.
She won't leave me alone. That's why I made this song. Short ass so strong. She won't leave me alone. She won't leave me alone. Kush my cologne. So bitch leave me alone. Tell it got the pole on. No woofing over the phone. Then what's going on? You keep calling my phone. All pills and lean in my own zone.